Hello, everybody, Guilty here, and welcome to my review of the Transformers Studio Series Constructicon Scrapper. He's falling off the base. Oh, we're off to a great start here. But yes, this is my next Studio Series purchase. I found him at Walmart. They also had Mixmaster and Sentinel Prime, but of the three, I thought he looked the coolest, so I decided to pick him up. And I was actually, when I picked this guy up, I had the envision in my mind that this guy was actually a new design because this guy isn't in the actual movie. He never actually transforms. He's just in the Devastator. But before recording this video, I rewatched the movie, and he actually is. He is in the movie. There are a couple very short scenes in this movie that he is in, which is pretty cool to me, actually. It was pretty cool to see that, because I didn't notice that at the first time I watched Revenge of the Fallen. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So on the front, we have Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, Hasbro, Constructicon, Scrapper. We have a nice picture of Scrapper, Transformers, nice picture of the Autobot symbol right there. We got Devastator, Transformers Generations at the bottom, cool little Devastator logo. On the back, you have your robot mode, your vehicle mode. It shows you the display base that is included with the figure. On the other side, you have a nice picture of Scrapper Studio Series. He is a Voyager class. On the top, you have Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, and on the bottom, you have a bunch of crap that nobody cares about. And here we have Scrapper, and he's pretty cool. I like him. He is a pretty fun and pretty cool looking dude. So let's get in here close on the alt mode here. So here's his alt mode. I have absolutely no idea what kind of construction vehicle this is supposed to be, but it's what he is, and I think it looks very, very nicely done. Because of the complex transformation, which is something I really love about these Studio Series figures, is that the transformations are actually rather complex and involved. I really appreciate that. It really gets my mind to work. He turns out a little bit unsightly in some places when it comes to this mode, but I honestly think he looks pretty cool from most angles. I do quite like him, and he rolls very, very nicely. He actually rolls very smoothly, which is really, really, really cool to see. He does have a little bit of articulation here. This piece can lift up only about that much. It all fits together very nicely, except for one little issue I have. I'm gonna bring this up right now. Is one of these wheels, I think it's this one. No, that one stayed in place. It's this wheel. This wheel just does not stay tabbed in on my copy of the figure. This is probably just my problem. But this wheel just does not stay tabbed in. It's actually staying tabbed in now. What's going on here? It's a lot looser than this one. This one actually takes quite a bit of force to get out. But this one, it's staying in there now, but like before, it would just keep popping out, and I don't know, maybe I was just doing something wrong with the transformation or something. It's possible, but I did just want to point it out because it was kind of driving me crazy, but honestly, I guess I just fixed it, so I guess I kind of look like an idiot right now, but still, it was something I was experiencing that was kind of giving me a bit of an issue with this guy, but overall, I think he looks really, really cool. I do really like him. I like that he rolls so smoothly, and yeah, he is pretty cool. Now for a quick comparison, here he is with Scavenger, so it looks like I'm starting a bit of a Constructicon collection here. So, yeah, there you have that. I do want Mixmaster too. My Walmart had an abundance of Mixmasters, so I plan on picking him up probably next. Although, I don't know, I kind of want to make a list when it comes to these and get all the characters I really want first, because he is not one that I really, really, really wanted. You know, I really want Brawl, Barricade, Starscream, who else? Blackout is another one I really, really want. Bone Crusher, all the first movie ones. But yeah, you know, I just found him at Walmart and I picked him up, so, yeah, that's why. But I do really like him, so let's go ahead and show off the hand mode for Devastator here. It's a very, very simple transformation. Literally all you have to do is pop this thing out, rotate it around, pop this piece out, and rotate it around. Lift this piece out just like that, and flip these pieces out. And if you want, you can also flip out the wheels, and take the wheels, and there's a little peg right there in the wheel, and there's a little slot right there. So once again, peg, slot in the wheel, and then you just take this, angle it down, and fit it into that section right there. Same thing on the other side, just rotate it down and peg it right into there, although it's having a hard time on this side. There we go. And then you lift this combiner peg up, and that's what's going to slot into the other Constructicons to form the arms. And there you go. That is all she wrote. Hand mode is super, super simple to get into. Not much to it, although it's having a hard time staying together. There we go. Although, why is this doing this? Come on. I did not have any issues before. Okay, whatever. That's his hand mode. I mean, no, it's a hand. What do you expect? It's a hand. So they have that. Alrighty, now for his robot mode, and I think his transformation is pretty cool, although I have some issues with it. There's some little clearance places here where you kind of have to flex plastic around plastic, and it's a little bit not fun to do, but overall, it's a pretty clever transformation, and I do quite like it, and it does end up looking like a very nice look, and the robot mode does end up very, very, very cool. So, to transform, what you're gonna do is you're gonna split the back wheels right here. They just unpeg very, very easily from the back slots right there. Take these sections right here, disconnect them right here, and then what you want to do is you want to rotate them this way just to get them out of the way for now, just like that. Have them off to the side there, and then take this piece, fold it in like that, remove all this, move this down, and twist it just to get it out of your way. Now what you're going to do is you're going to swivel these pieces down, and these are going to be his legs. Now, this is one thing I don't really like about the transformation is there's a whole lot of twisting and turning, and sometimes you can get lost when you're doing this. But what I have done to kind of work away how to remember to do this is basically you want to take this piece and you want to have this piece right there, that little triangle piece, you want that facing forward. Then you take this piece here, rotate this inward. This is one of the pieces that you have to like flex plastic around, which I don't like. And then you do that. And then, as you can see here, you can swivel this piece all the way around, fold this piece down, just like that, and then that slot right there is going to tab into a slot, that tab is going to tab into a slot in the wheel right here, and boom, there you go. And it tabs in very securely. Then you want to fold this piece out and fold everything up like that. And that is how you get a wheel. Once again, on the other side, just bring this around so that this piece is facing forward like that. Fold this way, and then kind of just turn this and then push it past this plastic. Once again, you do have to kind of flex it a little bit, which is one of the things I don't like about this. Fold this back down, and then you can connect this piece into the wheel right there, just like the other side. Fold this piece out and fold everything forward, and there you have his legs all done. Now, moving up to the top here, what you're going to do is you're going to disengage this piece, and the way I found this to work, the best way I found for this to work is to just take these pieces and swivel them out like this. Maybe disconnect this piece right here, and then just push these. It's kind of difficult. This is one of the things I don't like about this transformation is that these clearance issues. There's just not a lot of space to work with here. What I do is I just kind of bring them out like this, disengage them, and then just flip them out like that. And that usually works. Now, getting him back into whatever his construction vehicle mode is honestly really annoying because you have to get it underneath that section and get those tabs tabbed into those slots right there. And it can be a bit annoying, but you kind of just have to work with what you got. You can, it's not impossible, clearly, but yeah, that's just something I wanted to point out, because I find myself struggling with that I found myself struggling with that while transforming this guy. So fold these pieces out like this, and then take this piece, separate it, and fold it down only a little bit, because you want to have clearance to pop out this section right here, although that also, yeah, you should fold that piece down as well into the crotch right there. I forgot about that. Fold this piece down, and there's his head. Now, you can just lift it up from this way, but honestly, I found it a lot easier to push it from the back, because it's really difficult, because this pole right here is going to click into a slot right up there in the neck, and it stays very securely. So I just like to push it from the back, and then clip this back up there, fold the head down just like that, bring this piece down, fold the cockpit just against his butt right there, and then you want to make sure these pieces are out, so you can fold this all the way down, and then the arms here are gonna slot into there right there, and they just clip right into place really, really, really easily. And you're at the home stretch. Just situate the arms however you see fit, bring them around like this, and then fold out his claw just like this, flip it around so it's that orientation, and there you go. There you have Scrapper all transformed, and I really, really, really dig this robot mode. And like I said, he actually is in the movie for a little bit. He's probably got like 6 seconds of screen time in total, but he is in there. Next time you watch Revenge of the Fallen, look out for this guy, because he is in there. He's in the background in a couple shots in Egypt, and he's also on the boat when they jump in into the Laurentian abyss and resurrect Megatron. He's one of the guys in there, so he is in the movie, which was pretty cool to see. I did not actually know he was in the movie the first time I saw this. I just assumed Scrapper was one of the ones they didn't show transform. But yeah, there you go. There he is. And I really, really like this guy. Getting in here close on his head sculpt. And his head sculpt is very Bone Crusher to me. It looks very much like Bone Crusher. But I do dig it. I think it looks pretty cool. I do quite like it. I think it's very cool. I like the design on his chest right there. The mechanical detail is very nice, especially over here. You can see all that mechanical detail looking really, really, really cool. His little mace arm here. In one of the scenes that he's in, he pulls this out, he throws it on the thing, and it crashes through a building. It's pretty freaking cool, honestly. I do like it. I think it would have been cool if they could have worked in some kind of way for that to be actually a swinging mace, but it's pretty cool, though. I do like it. On this side, you do have his crazy claw arm, which is also accurate to the movie. He does have that in the movie. As weird as that looks, it looks exactly like that in the movie. So, like I said, watch out for this guy, because he is in there. Trust me, he is. But yeah, very, very, very nice done. I really like the way the legs transform very cleanly. And the thing I love about these Studio Series figures is they never have a backpack. The backpack is always just so clean, man, because of the complexity that they add to the transformation. It always makes the figure look really nice from all angles, which I really, really, really love. So yeah, he is really cool in my opinion. I really, really like this guy. So there you have that. Now for articulation, the head, when it's all the way down like this, can only move a little bit, like a little bit that side, a little bit that side. But all you have to do to get more movement is bring this up, and then he can literally look all over the place. He can look over that way, he can look over that way, he can look down, and he can also look ever so slightly up. So yeah, you actually have really good articulation in the head. These pieces can do a full 360 to allow for any kind of things right there, although this kind of does get in the way because of these little pieces right here. These pieces are honestly pretty obnoxious. I kind of wish they weren't there, but they do look pretty cool overall. But yeah, you do have that. There is a swivel right here at the elbow, and then you do have a double jointed bend right here, so you can get a really nice range of movement right there. And his hand right here is also on a hinge, so it can hinge up like that, which is pretty cool. And on the other side, same thing as well, though with the claw, you do have some finger articulation here, right there, which is pretty cool. I've used that to get him in some pretty cool poses. You also have a swivel right there as well. And the legs can go forward, they can go back all the way. I mean, they can do a full 360 if all this stuff wasn't in the way. And then the knees, it can bend about that far. And the feet are locked in place, but I found what you can do is you can disengage it from this, and it can allow you to get, because if you have it like this, you're not going to be able to do anything like that. But what you can do is you can disengage the peg from the wheel here, if you could actually get it unpegged. There you go. And then you could use that to actually get it flatter like that. You can actually have him kind of, you can actually get a more flatter pose right there, which I found worked pretty well. So I think his articulation's pretty damn good. I personally think his articulation is pretty good. Now, for comparison, here you have him with Scavenger, and honestly, guys, I know some people might ask, am I planning on building the entire Constructicon team? Honestly, I would love to, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Not because I don't want the other figures. I particularly really want Mixmaster, Rampage, and Long Haul. Those ones I really, really want. And at the end of the day, after that, all that's left is Hightower, Scrap Metal, and what's the last one? Overload. But honestly, there's two things holding me back from wanting to go all in on the Constructicons and build Devastator. The fact that, one, I really love the way these figures are on their own, not as Devastator. I actually think I like them more as not as Devastator. And Mixmaster and Rampage as well. I love their designs, and I would rather keep them in robot mode instead of having them on Devastator. And two, I don't really care for Hightower or Overload's design. I don't think they look all that good, especially Overload. I don't know. I don't really think that Overload figure looks very cool. I don't think I'll pick him up. Maybe if I find him in the wild, I might pick him up if I get to see him in person. But yeah, that's another reason. And the final reason, which is the real big reason, is that Scrap Metal, for some reason, is impossible to find. Scrap Metal goes for so much now, and I have no idea why, because that figure is not appealing in the slightest to me. If it wasn't for the fact that he was a limb of Devastator, I don't think anybody would give a shit that he was impossible to find. But yeah, those are the reasons, those are the things that's holding me back from buying Devastator. I do plan on getting more Constructicons. Like I said, I do really want Mixmaster, Long Haul, and Rampage. I do plan on picking them up. They are on my list, but I don't really plan on getting the full Devastator. Here he is also with the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Right there. See how they look together? Here they are with the Voyager class Shockwave. Older figure, like I said in the Megatron review. I do want the leader class, but this is a good figure, and I would rather prioritize other characters, so And last but not least, here he is with Soundwave. Now for generic comparisons, here he is with the Ultimate Leatherface. You can see how he scales with standard 7-inch figures. And here he is with the Figma Ryuko Matoi, so you can see how he scales with 6-inch scale figures. Now for our showcase. Now, just like every other Studio Series figure, he does include a little display base. If you want to take advantage of it, there you go. These flaps do open up as well, so you do get that as well if that interests you whatsoever. It personally doesn't interest me, but there you go. And there you have it. And my final verdict on this guy, I really dig this guy. I think he's really cool. Dig, see what I did there? Because he's a digging vehicle. Anyway, yeah, I really dig this guy. I think he's really cool. If this is what most of the Studio Series Constructicons are like, I bet it's a pretty impressive team overall. But like I said, I am very interested in picking up Rampage, Mixmaster, and Long Haul, but those are the only three else I'm really interested in picking up. I really want those three, but I think I'm going to stop it after there, because like I said before, I don't really care about Devastator that much, because I think all these robots look absolutely awesome on their own, and, you know, combining them into Devastator honestly seems like a bit of a waste in my opinion. And also, I don't want to pay the ungodly amount required to get scrap metal, because I don't care about scrap metal enough to... Yeah, he's just, I don't really care about that character. I'm sorry, I just don't. I'm pretty sure Scrap Metal is the guy that they murder at the bottom of the Laurentian Abyss to complete Megatron. I'm almost certain that's who that character is. So why on earth is that figure so overpriced now? It makes no sense whatsoever. But I do really like this guy. I'm gonna give him a 9 out of 10. I think he's super cool. For the short time that he's in Revenge of the Fallen, he is pretty cool. It's a very neat design. I really like his face sculpt. His alt mode is very, very nice, although those little issues I pointed out with the wheels are a little bit annoying. I really like his robot mode design. I think both of his hands look super, super cool. And his transformation is very fun. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of frustrating at times, though, to kind of flex plastic over plastic. But overall, I do really like this guy, and I do recommend you pick him up. So there you go. My final verdict on him, like I said, is going to be a 9 out of 10. I think he is quite a cool one, and definitely one worth adding into your collection. So there you have it. Now, with that being said, everybody, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe if you're interested in seeing more Studio Series Decepticon reviews. And with that being said, although I will say this, I am now going to put my sights on the older characters. I am planning on picking up Mixmaster very soon because my Walmart, because I bought this guy at Walmart. I picked him up at Walmart. I saw him. He looked too cool to pass up. They only had one. They had him. They had Sentinel Prime, who I literally couldn't care less about. And they also had, not because I don't like Dark of the Moon. I actually love Dark of the Moon. I just hate Sentinel Prime's character in Dark of the Moon. Fuck Sentinel Prime. But they also had Mixmaster, and Mixmaster I really, really want, so I would expect to get Mixmaster very soon. He's probably the next one I'll get, honestly. But after him, I'm gonna set my sights on the original team. I really want Barricade, Bone Crusher, Brawl, the first movie Megatron, and a Starscream to scale with my other ones, because right now I only have this leader class Starscream, which is an awesome figure, but he's not in scale with my other Decepticons. So yeah, I'm gonna set my sights on those figures. So if you're interested in reviews of any of those figures, definitely subscribe, because they will come eventually. But yeah, there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is the Guillotine, signing out.